Hello, everyone, and welcome to Comic Cave Podcast. My name is Chris, along with my hetero life mate, Mr.
Russ.
And today we are recording. We are at the St. Arnold's Brewery doing at the Comicpalooza Cosplay Contest. And these are your cosplay judges. They look so wonderful and so beautiful. Please sound off, judges. What are your names?
My name is KK Vanderweg.
I am Lutavia Cosplay. Representing Procrastplay, I am Hino Tenchi.
And I am saying God Cosplay.
And we have a whole bunch of colorful characters here at the Comicpalooza Cosplay Contest. You guys each a different franchise, I guess a different IP. So what made you guys dress up as each certain character for this cosplay contest?
So I'm representing Disney's property, Gravity Falls. I'm currently dressed as Grunkle Stan. Stanford was one of my favorite characters the moment he hit the screen, just because he gets to be a little bit mischievous but he's a lot more of a personable character that interacts with people. And I find often that any event where children especially show up, they're reciprocative better. I mean, not that other characters aren't fun, but this is somebody they likely watch on Disney Plus and can be excited about. So that's why I chose this today.
Did you relate to the character at all?
The mischief part of me that never got to stretch its legs.
Gotcha.
Like watching things that he does that I was like, I've thought of that. I never did it because I had a conscience that would have killed me, but I thought about it.
For sure. We got Princess Mononoke over here. I got to say, that's actually one of my favorite films of all time. I know you were talking about Spirited Away earlier. I love Princess Mononoke personally. So, yeah, what inspired you to get that whole get-up together? You're killing it.
Oh, yeah. So, ironically, this came from I was a little bit burnt out after doing a few big projects, mostly like Final Fantasy XIV. And I was like, well, I need something like quick and that'll be fun and I can really stretch my legs on weathering. So I thought back to things I love, and Studio Ghibli has been a really huge influence on my life growing up. It was some of the first animated films I've ever watched.
Oh, yeah.
So besides Spirited Away, Mononoke means a lot to me personally, just as a fan of Ghibli, but also with my relationship with my partner. It's a movie that we share a lot in common with, and we always joked, he always joked about me being Princess Mononoke because I could be a little bit feral sometimes. I thought it would be really fun to do my own take on her.
So you relate to the character.
Oh, I do, actually. I totally get, wanting to kill someone and someone being like, oh, but you're beautiful. So, that happens all the time. But really, though, I love the messaging of the movie. I think the animation is stunning. The actual aesthetic is gorgeous. And ironically, one of my friends was making a boshi, so I was like, this is the perfect time for us to have a duo cosplay together.
Gotcha.
So it worked out really well. But I guess for this costume in particular, my take kind of was inspired by, I like creating costumes that tell a story. Of course, the actual design is really simple, but I thought, okay, what if she really lived in the woods and that was reflected in the design? So I used that. I looked at other Mononoke cosplayers who had elements that I really loved. Hannah Alexander did a redesign that I love, so I put some, love into that. So it's really from a bunch of different sources and influences that I put this together.
Very nice, very nice.
Thank you.
Next on
Appreciate
a
it.
chopping block, we have...
Hi, I'm Hino Tenchi. That's my Instagram. I've been cosplaying for probably about 20 years now. Only competing since 2014 though. I'm dressed as Sebastian from Black Butler. I'm one hell of a butler.
You said you've been competing for how long though?
Competing since 2014.
Oh, wow. So what made you get into the stepping stone of becoming a judge?
She has the years for the judge. I mean, she's done it all.
All?
Well, I mean, my friends in Procrastplay were three women, and we call ourselves Procrastplay because it takes us forever to do anything. But when we do it well.
You do it real well.
And last
right.
minute. So Procrastplay. But they're one of them is she studied theater, costume design. The other one, we've been doing theater since we were children. I've been doing theater since I was about 9.
You've been a drama queen.
Yeah, a little bit. But yeah, and it's they kind of encouraged me to get back into it because I took a little bit of break with college and started recreating costumes, and we won 3rd place with our first thing where we did the Sailor Avengers, and I was Sailor Iron Man with a working arc reactor that I could pull off.
That's really cool. That's really creative, yeah. No, I thought that was really cool. So,
Thanks.
well, I have a question for all you guys, but let's finish introducing ourselves. Last but not least,
I'm saying God Cosplay, and I'm cosplaying Oogie Boogie from The Nightmare Before Christmas. I really like villains because I'm a very shy and quiet person, and I got into cosplay because I feel like I can express myself through my cosplay more than I can talking-wise, because I get really shy and I get really nervous and I get, jittery and stuff. But through cosplay, I've been able to meet like lovely people like Lutavia, which I've got to meet, and all you guys, and it makes me really happy because, like I said, like I was always like shy. And this is the way I'm expressing myself.
Hey, putting on some type of mask allows you to be truly yourself at times. That's all right.
That's what Batman does.
Yeah, right?
Basically, like a cosplay Batman. Yeah.
So I guess I'll start with you. How did you guys end up working or volunteering for Comicpalooza? Like, how did you guys get on the judging table for Comicpalooza, which is it's a big event in Houston, Comicpalooza. They throw every year, every June. And so I'm just trying to see, like, how did you guys get on the committee?
Actually, I got reached out by both of them to judge. This is my 2nd time judging. I haven't really been doing it very long. I've been competing longer than I've judged. But yeah, that's how I ended up getting through here.
Nice, very nice.
I'm sorry, real quick. What is something that specifically that you look for when you're judging?
When I'm judging, details. I like a lot of little details, and I like when people go outside of the box, because it's like you can recreate something like to look exactly like it, but I'd rather see a personal flair than looking exactly. So like Oogie Boogie, I made an Oogie Boogie witch. And it's like, he's not a witch, but it's like I wanted to add my own personal flair and stuff like that. Yeah.
Express yourself, Madonna.
Yeah, I like when people express themselves and show a little bit of themselves in the cosplay. Yeah.
Okay, what was the question again?
How did you guys get involved in the Comicpalooza? Are you guys from Houston originally? Or you guys are from somewhere else?
I am a native Texan.
Okay.
Native Texan, born in Houston.
Nice.
So, yeah.
But yeah, how did you guys get on the committee of the judging? Also Comicpalooza. Okay, everybody, okay.
Mr. KK over there, we've done theater together for a while, so he knows that I've competed and things like that, and so he asked me if I would do it. I almost didn't get to come today.
Okay.
But this is the 2nd time I've done judging here, and I was the handler for Comicpalooza for one of the judges.
They're loud over there. You said 2nd time judging here specifically at St. Arnold's?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What was the other one at St. Arnold's? I'm sorry.
It was the same thing, right?
We did it?
Yeah, but it was like at Halloween.
We weren't at that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bummer. Well,
We had
we're
a
glad
lot
that
more
we got to meet
kids
you guys
that
this
time.
time. Oh yeah. I would imagine right around that Halloween time, right?
Yeah, it was real cute. They had some really creative costumes that time.
Nothing against our this time costume.
Oh no, this was great. This was wonderful. I was super impressed with these kids. They were fantastic.
Is there something that you typically gravitate towards when you see somebody cosplaying? Not necessarily what you judge on, but something that you're like, oh, I just love that they did that.
I love it when anyone, kids or adults, come out and actually be the character. It's like when you know your character and you come out and you can perform it and you can when you're posing you can look it. Owning it. That seals it for me.
Okay. Beautiful.
Yeah, so I have kind of an interesting little roundabout way that I got here. So I was selected for the Delta H local cosplay spotlight last year, and that was kind of my first foray into guesting and judging and competing, and that was after 5 or 6 years of cosplaying. And it was actually Kay that was the one that helped decide that. So through him, I got a slot there, and then I eventually was a judge at OniCon and then Anime Frontier, and then I applied for Comicpalooza. I was like, let me shoot my shot and see what I get. And Kay reached out and was like, hey, do you want to help out? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. Like, I love this stuff. One of my favorite parts about being a guest is the judging and getting to see costumes up close. It's really, really rare to have that opportunity to really look at someone's handiwork in such a close way and talk shop with someone in a really intense fashion. So, like, as someone who is a crafter, but I actually specialize in cosplay education. So my passion is teaching other people to make costumes that fit their budget and lifestyle and their experience level.
That's pretty
Wow,
that's
that's
really
cool.
awesome, yeah.
Which bridges perfectly to what I look for in costumes. Is I actually look for, one of my favorite passion points is two things: costumes that tell a story, that I mentioned previously about San, and kind of goes with what Stan God was saying, is that every costume should kind of reflect the artist behind it. I agree with that over accuracy. But the second one that I always give extra points for is cosplay logistics. If you can sit down, if you can go to the bathroom on your own, if it's easy to put on and off. After 5 or 6 years of costuming, that is the most impressive thing I've ever seen, right? So I recently judged like a Sakura from Naruto who did like a samurai version of her skin. And all of the armor was easily snap on and off. She could sit down. She looked at historical books about samurai armor and replicated the lacing style for her armor, and I thought that was incredibly inspiring. So like taking your own take to the character, and then logistics is really what I look for every time, because it doesn't matter how awesome your costume is, if you can only wear it for like an hour, it becomes a work of art that goes on a mannequin and not so much on your body, right?
So what is the wildest costume you've seen that you've just been like, I pity the fool that tried to wear that?
Oh man, this is actually, instead of the wildest one, I'll say the one that I see the most mistakes with. Those 3D printed Iron Man suits. Every single person who decides I'm going to 3D print an Iron Man suit from the internet, they almost never think about logistically how it's going to work, resizing it onto their body. So I've seen multiples of these on stage and on the floor, roboting around, and like they can only stand in the lobby and they can wear it for like an hour. So that's pretty wild. My friend Zephyr Studios made a full Myra from Overwatch, and it's a beautiful costume. He came like second at C2, which is a big competition for it. But like, he can pretty much stand in the lobby, and that is like where that goes. Yeah, he can walk around a bit, but like it's an exhausting costume to wear, right? So like, yeah, but the 3D printed Iron Man suits are like what come to mind immediately for like,
Nice.
Man.
Well, not nice. I don't know.
They look great,
Yeah.
'cause I feel bad for the person inside of them.
Got you. Lastly, so how'd you come about into Comicpalooza?
Oh boy. So I've been cosplaying for about 18 years. Due to my theatric background and just always gravitating towards anything theatrical, especially cosplay competitions and events, I ended up befriending a lot of people in the Texas area. I inherit, and kind of over time, the joke was many of them got older and would have to say, hey, I got to step back. Would you like this position? And hilariously, that's what has kind of inherited me a lot of the positions I currently have. I'm the cosplay contest coordinator for Comicpalooza, which is why I found these fantastic people here. I'm also the cosplay contest coordinator for Delta H-Con, also a a Houston-based anime convention. Last year, they were on the same weekend as Comicpalooza, which made things rather difficult.
You talking about the anime Matsuri?
No, I am not with Matsuri.
Okay.
There is.
I'm sorry, educate me.
No, that's all right. There's actually several in Houston area. The one she referenced, Onicon, is in Galveston.
Yeah.
I used to be their cosplay contest coordinator until right before the pandemic. So many of these positions, it's just kind of been almost doing the same job, just at different locations. But of course, then it means working with different budgets for guests, for judges and things. But certainly finding some amazing people like the people here at this table with me has been an absolute privilege and godsend. That they've, I've worked with Hino Tenshi. We grew up together, have done theater together. I knew her friend, and so of course I knew she was qualified for this position. Funny enough, at Delta, when she was going to be guesting, that was presented to me by the con chair, and I was like, what do you think about this person? Should we have this person as a judge? And I was like, yes, like I don't see why not. And then when we briefly weren't sure if we could have Hino this weekend, she recommended Jordan. And I went and looked up Jordan, went, my gosh, this is fantastic work. So that's why the people here at this table, and I'm so grateful to have them here. So
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Real last kind of quick question before we get into you guys signing off and saying where everybody can follow you at. But what's like the creme de la creme cosplay that you wish you could do?
Oh, for me, it is hands down the costume from Disney's Once Upon a Time. Robert Carlyle as Rumpelstiltskin has these immaculate crocodile hide tailcoats and outfits. Hands down, if I could just throw, thousands of dollars at someone to do that, I would do it in a heartbeat. And hilariously, I found out there was a small convention in literally my backyard. I live about 60 miles from here. And there was a small little convention at the local high school that they asked me to come and help guest at. And I was like, sure. And the gentleman who made those costumes was present at that convention. I just about lost my mind because he has portfolio. And I was like, wait, I know that outfit. And he's like, oh, yeah, I made that for Disney. I was just,
yeah.
So, I mean, if I ever was suddenly had, $10,000 to just throw at that man, I would totally do that in a heartbeat.
Beautiful. Before we go on to the next, we're going to go down the line on that, but where can everybody follow you at? How would they reach out to you?
Sure. So my name, the reason I give my name, I'm Kay Vanderweg. Like I said, I'm the cosplay contest coordinator for Comicpalooza for Delta H Con. So, of course, you can reach me through there. The other thing I do is I'm part of an improv and performance troupe called Bardic Insights, which we perform at a lot of conventions and locally. We do things like Whose Line style anime, games. We do human chess matches. We do all sorts of stuff. So you can follow us. Lately, we've been doing gaming on Twitch on Tuesdays, just so you can watch a bunch of improv people play stupid things. So
love it.
Thank you.
All right, creme de la creme.
Ooh, definitely Griffith from Berserk. Specifically his post Golden Age armor with all the wings and this majestic I just visual it in my head, this violet silk cape. I can just see it in my mind's eye. It would be an absolute joy to make that. But that would be so much armor, right? So I don't know if I could wear it for more than an hour. But the backup this is a deep cut, gamers. If you've played Valkyrie Profile, Lenneth, who is a Valkyrie from that game, she has these huge wings and this gorgeous tabard, and it would be a dream costume that if I had $1 million to make it. Yeah, I would love to make huge wings. I would love to build out her sword and her helmet and her armor are this gorgeous shade of duochromatic blue. I have so many ideas for both those costumes.
Right. Where can everybody follow you at?
Yeah, so you can follow me at Lutavia Cosplay. Honestly, my Twitter is where I post build guides and how I make my costumes. I share cosplay tips, resources, tutorials. I'm also on Instagram, although that's a lot less common. And then lutaviacosplay.com is my main website and also includes my press kit. So if you're listening to this and you happen to be part of a convention and you say, we could use someone to panel and to teach other people how to make costumes, I am definitely your person. So feel free to reach out about that because I would love to teach people how to make costumes. It's my favorite thing in the world. So.
Okay, so I don't know if you know much about Magic the Gathering.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Okay.
What is that?
Okay, my dream cosplay right now would be Olivia the Crimson Bride.
Love the energy.
Beautiful. And if not that, probably actually finish my Vincent Valentine.
So it's a work in progress. You saw
that one. I have all the fabric. I just.
Whoa. Okay.
But yeah, the Crimson Bride. It was brought to my attention from a friend, and he was like, "You should do this," and I'm like, "Yes, I should." He's like, "Yeah, I see. When I saw that, I thought of you," and I'm like, "Thank you."
Beautiful. Where can everybody follow you at?
My Instagram is Hinotenshi, HINOTENSHI, which means Angel of Fire. It's just been my nickname since high school.
Angel of Fire.
Angel of Fire. And I also have my group cosplay. We're Procrastplay on Facebook, but we have photos of our past cosplays on there. We are doing a little bit of a hiatus because the other group members are, have life going on.
Right, it happens.
A pandemic.
Yeah.
All that fun stuff. So. Yeah, hopefully we can get back into making stuff and competing again soon.
Well, I'll personally be following. I'll be on the lookout.
Awesome. Thank you.
A cosplay that we really want to do, right?
Yeah, the creme de la creme, the cosplay. If you had an endless amount of bank accounts, what cosplay would you do?
It's actually a group cosplay with me and my brother. Me and him go neck and neck on For Honor because I believe I'm better than him. And he wants to do Centurion, and I want to do Highlander. So we want to have a nice show off between me and him and, fight it out together.
Very nice.
Those
very
are my
nice.
dream cosplays, and yeah, that's only it.
Where can everybody follow you at?
On Instagram, it's Saying God Cosplay, and on Twitch, it's Goji. I'm a cool gamer. Yeah.
Very nice, very nice. Well, thank you for coming out and doing this interview with us. Thank you for judging the Comicpalooza Cosplay contest. If I can just ask, if I could just I would love to do individual interviews with each of you guys because you have amazing stories, especially how you want to help kids and help people in general make their costumes. Also, I have so many other questions, especially for you being the coordinator. I have so many other questions like how much hard work and dedication goes into this. Like, I'm sure there are lots of cosplayers, both men and women out there who just dedicate hours upon hours, spend countless of money on their costumes. I have so much questions for you guys, so if you guys can indulge me and give me another interview another time, that'd be great. Not now, because I know we're all tired. It's been a very long day. I just need to go home and take a few drinks, maybe some NyQuil. I don't know. But thank you so much for coming out. Once again, we are Comic Cave Podcast, along with my friends. Round of applause. Thank you so much. Until next time, peace out.